right, some of the most talented and accomplished people in the world have experienced failure. Think about it. Oprah was fired when she was a news reporter in Baltimore. Henry Ford headed up two failing car companies before Ford, and we know how that turned out. And Steve Jobs fired from Apple. So there you go. All right, my next guest has experienced failure too, she says, only to turn it around in a multi-million-dollar way. Danielle Tate, author of The Elegant Entrepreneur, is here with ways you can do it too. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Well, and thank you for coming in, because I think this is something people are looking at your book. They're looking at you, they're thinking failure, but you say you can relate to it.
Oh, absolutely. I am a failed doctor. I spent 20 years intending to be a cardiologist, and if I hadn't failed to be a doctor, I would never have become an entrepreneur. And then when I failed to change my name successfully, I had this idea for an online name change service, Miss Now Mrs.
And what is that?
It takes the 13-hour process of changing your name and turns it into a 30-minute online process for $30.
So much easier, and a lot of women especially can relate to the name change issue.
88% of women still change their name.
Okay, so it's something that they can. So you came up with that niche. You came up with something and turned that into something that worked for you. What about people watching and they're thinking maybe they're going through a failure right now? You know, what can they take away? What are some words of wisdom you have for them?
I want people to know that failures are opportunities in disguise.
Okay.
So when you have that failure, look at what you can learn from it. How can you prevent it? Is there any way to flip that into a success?
And you've proven that there is.
Absolutely.
So what would be the first thing you would do? Because I think a lot of times, you know, when we fail, you know, we're just sort of wallowing in our self-pity for a while. Rightfully so. You want to wallow for a minute at least.
Yes, I have a 2-minute rule. So I said when the big failures happen, and they do,
yes.
it's like the hidden
everybody,
F word.
all of
like
us.
Failures happen and we don't talk about them. Give yourself 2 minutes. Have the big emotions, and then stop and take all that leftover energy and channel that into finding a solution and thinking creatively about what can I do with this? How can I flip this?
And that feeling that you have where, you know, I'm not worth, like, you know, when someone judges you like that and you feel like it's personal, I think we do want to just, you know, hide under a rock and not do anything with that energy. So you're right. Take the energy that you would use with the self-pity and make something else happen.
Yeah, we don't chastise our children for falling down as they're learning to walk. So give yourself that same grace. You're going to fail, but failures happen right before big successes.
Oh, no, that's another point that your book makes. Talk about that. That is also something very hopeful. Maybe you just failed, but you're about to kind of hit the jackpot in some way in your life.
Yeah, Elegant Entrepreneur has an entire chapter on overcoming setbacks and failures. And so the people that don't give up are the people that have the huge successes. Look at Sarah Blakely. She failed to be able to wear white pants without pantyhose, and she's now worth $1 billion because she created Spanx. She solved her problem.
Oh, and we can all relate to her products for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, if there's one nugget that people can take away, what would it be? Something that here and now, they can hear this, they can go do it now, and it'll be life-changing.
Look at your failures and do something about them. Don't be a problem identifier, be a problem solver. That's going to give you the ideas for a company or product or a new career, and that's how you're going to be successful.
Excellent advice. So hopeful. I think it's a time that we really want to look at the negative. You look at the positive, and you're taking action and helping others in the process. So you can see the book, Elegant Entrepreneur. Thank you so much for coming in, Danielle.
Thank you.